The concept of resistance in trading is powerful. It tells us where stocks struggle, where people are taking profits, or where bears are jumping into short. And we often see companies just that continually pound their head off of resistances and can't break through. And one stock in particular that we're going to talk about today, Mr. Roku. And if you follow this channel for any period of time, you know there's a soft spot in my heart for Roku. But it keeps encountering this one resistance and it keeps testing it over and it can't break through. But could it be on the verge of smashing through it and moving to new recent highs? Find out in today's Roku analysis video. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading, here with an analysis of Roku. And we are going to jump in and check out the charts. All right, here we go. We have a daily chart pulled up of Mr. Roku, and I love me some Roku. Ticker symbol ROKU. So all those Roku lovers out there, we are in the same boat. But I wanted to put this video together to show you this specific resistance. And you can see it's drawn out and captured here in this green box that I have on the screen. And basically what has been happening is Roku is struggling every time it gets into that $100 price area. And you can see that we've tested that price range and it goes from 100. And you can see that we've tested this price range quite a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And really, all right, here we go. We are looking at a daily chart of Mr. Roku, ticker symbol ROKU. And you can see very clearly that there is a specific resistance here where Roku just is struggling. It cannot break through. And this is important because it's telling us that this is a significant price area for this stock. And you can see that Roku has not closed above $100 very many times since the bear market of 2022. Now, we did get a few closes here in 2025, but it has not been able to hold on to that price action and has dropped every single time. We could see here that it hit a recent intraday high of $103 and got knocked back down. If we go back to February of this year, February 14th, I believe that was Valentine's Day, Roku got a little bit of love and actually made a high of $104.99. But then what happened? It got rejected and came back down. And if we just keep going back in time, we can see here, this is 2023. It actually got all the way up to $108.83. But what happened? It got knocked back down. We just keep coming over here to the left. We made a high of $108.31. Got knocked back down. And really, if you go back to the beginning of Roku, you can see that this thing was way up there, an all-time high in the upper 400s. I'm not sure if we'll ever get back to that price area on this stock, but you could see that this $100 area is of significance because the bears just will not let this stock get above it. So you know that there have to be high levels of shorts position here, holding this stock down. And until there is a close, a strong close above that area, really above $108 and some follow through, some volume that comes in, we're probably going to be range bound and just continue to chop sideways. And really, if you look at the chart here from present day all the way back until 2022, it's been range bound in between that $108 mark and $38.42. So it's just been moving sideways and building pressure. However, that could indicate that when there is a significant move, let's say there's a catalyst for the company where they make some major announcements, some partnership, or they just have a blowout earnings report, we could see a break out of that 108 mark, and you would know if that would happen, that it is game on. And just a few other things that I want to show you that I identify when looking at the chart is that we see these supportive trend lines being established. So if we look at this first one, this was created in 2023, and you could see that the price action accumulated on this, pushed up, came down, bounced, pushed up, bounced, pushed up, came down, bounced, and then broke down through that trend line. And there's a reason why I'm pointing this out, because then we see when it broke through that supportive trend line, another trend line was created here where it bounced, pushed up into that $100 mark, came back down, retested it, and then broke through again. Chopped sideways, and then we got another trend line that started to be formed here. And this was in 2024, August of 2024, and the same concept. Came down, we established this first touch point, push up, drop back down, find more support, push back up, drop back down into the range of that supportive trend line, push back higher, come back down in that range, push back up into $100, and then what happens again, as expected from those previous trend lines we looked at, we break through it and we drop down to where another trend line is formed, where we are current day. And you can see here, we broke through that trend line. We made our first touch point here in April 2025. Those are the tariff lows. Pushed up, came back down, retested, bounced again, pushed up, came back down, retested, pushed up, and now we got back up into that $100 area, and it looks like we may be coming back down to retest that supportive trend line. Again, a pattern that this chart has been showing for quite some time. What will happen here on this ticker? What's going to happen with ROKU? Are we going to see, like we've seen in the past, that it's going to come down through and break through that trend line and then fall back down, and then another supportive trend line will follow, and we're just going to repeat the same thing? So this is a reason why I wanted to point this out in the video, is to see if this does in fact happen again. But there's a second reason why I wanted to point this out, because really there could be a turning point for this stock. And I started by talking about how that $100 mark really is a true resistance for ROKU. And my thinking is, if ROKU can come back down, test this supportive trend line again, and start pushing back up into its earnings report, which is coming up soon here near the end of October, first week of November. We don't have the exact date yet. But if they can get a strong report and we could get a gap up above that $108 mark, then this thing can continue to run. And I want to point out here too, going back to February 17th of 2022, there is an unfilled gap at $142.99. That is right here. So if we do get that gap up on earnings that's coming up here in the fall, and it gets above that $108 mark, watch a slow grind higher, and let's see if that unfilled gap is a magnet for ROKU price action. So there you have it, my analysis on the current price action of ROKU. That $100 price area is a significant resistance. You see those supportive trend lines being established, how we bounce off of those, getting up near $100, then we break down through it, and then another supportive trend line is established. Let's see if that happens again, or if the earnings report is a catalyst to get above 108 and to go fill that gap. Let me know what will happen with ROKU. Does it blast through and stay above 100, or is it coming back down to create another support trend line? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And in the meantime, in between time, make it a great day and honor the moment. I'll see you back here for the next video.